one thing the Lord has been showing me more and more recently is the fact that our salvation rests entirely upon who He is and His character and what He has done. And yes, each of us we do have a responsibility, a choice to choose Him. That he does not force Himself upon us. He gives the offer to all who will receive Him, and we do respond in faith. But the ability for us to be able to have that faith, the ability for us to even be saved, is because of God and what He has done. And that apart from Him, there would be no salvation. And He's just been impressing upon this more and more upon my heart in a song the other week. But I wanted to share a passage of Scripture that I referenced in the song. And it's Ephesians 2, verses 1 through 5. And Paul, he's writing to believers, and he says, "And you were dead in your trespasses and sins, in which you formerly walked according to the power of this world, according to the prince of the power of the air, of the spirit that is now working in the sons of disobedience. Among them we too all formerly lived in the lusts of our flesh, indulging the desires of the flesh and of the mind, and were by nature children of wrath, even as the rest. But God, being rich in mercy, because of His great love with which He loved us, even when we were dead in our transgressions, made us alive together with Christ. By grace you have been saved." He goes on to talk about it's by faith and how we are united with each other, that He has broken down the dividing wall, and He builds so much upon that. But there in verse 4 where he says, "But God," that turning point that shows us that we were hopeless in our former way of life. Paul says, hey, we were like that. He paints a pretty grim picture. And even Paul says that he was formerly in that, even though he seemed to be outwardly very religious and obeying the law and stuff, but he did not have the heart relationship with Christ. He did not know Christ. And so it all meant nothing. And he was following after the enemy, following after Satan. But God, and that's the turning point, because of what God has done, because of His mercy, there is salvation for all who will believe. And to reflect upon that it does not rest upon us at all, that it is all because of the Lord and what He has done. And there's Lord, I feel like He gave me this song the other week. I was thinking about this concept, and it reflects upon there's a doctrine that it all depends upon, that is upon the Lord that we have salvation. And it's called Such Abundant Grace. Why did you choose me and call me for your own? There is nothing I can offer but give myself to you alone. There is nothing good that's in me. In my flesh I'm very low. There is nothing in me worthy of this kindness you have shown. But I know you are love, and I know you're rich in grace. It's because of who you are that you show such abundant grace. In your word I read of these truths so profound. Apart from you I was lost, in transgressions I was bound. But God, oh, those words that changed the course of all. For you sent your only Son to redeem us from Adam's fall. And I know you are love, and I know you're rich in grace. It's because of who you are that you show such abundant grace. Father, you're the such abundant grace. It is all because of him. May God bless. Scripture quotations are from the NASB, the New American Standard Bible, copyright 1971, 1995 by the Lockman Foundation, used by permission, all rights reserved.